pressed going live. So we'll see. We'll see who shows up because I didn't advertise it.
That's not me.
Let's see, we're notifying people you're live, so let's see what happens here. We should get,
We're notifying people you're live. So let's see what happens here. Uh-oh, now I got to figure out how to turn off the...
Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Looks like people are joining. Hello, hello. So welcome. Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Looks like people are joining. Hello, hello. So welcome. All right. Hello, everyone. My iPad died just as I was going live, so I had to get my phone out. So I'm going live on my phone, which I don't usually do because it makes everyone so small. But we're going to do it. We're here. We're going to make it happen. All right. So glad. I try to go live on my desktop or my laptop, and I don't know. It keeps saying something went wrong. I've never done it before. So here we are. Hi, Tiffany. Hi. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, Sissy. Got some cards out. Let's do some card reading. This is going to be for Sissy. She shared my live like crazy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this share, Sissy. I appreciate you. Let's do this. All right. Hi, Janine. Let's see what we have going on for you, Miss Sissy. All right. Okay, lots of pentacles for you. When you see pentacles, it really means it's going to be about a job or your physical reality on this planet. The first one is a manifestation. It's the Page of Pentacles. So new page is the beginning of the suit. You have to think about it's something that you're starting. It's about manifesting financial opportunities. There's going to be some financial opportunities coming your way. And it's going to be something that's really going to develop. So that means you're starting a job or an opportunity is going to come your way that fits with your skill set, but it's also going to pull you to expand your skill set. Then we have the Two of Pentacles. As you are having this new opportunity coming your way, you're really going to need to balance your home life and this new opportunity. So it's really calling for you to have balance in your life and then also to get control of your negative thoughts. We all have those thought circles that get going in our head. This is a call to really control them, release the triggers that are associated with them so that you're walking in truer to your authentic self. And again, we're ending with it. Ace of Pentacles, which is about abundance. So Sissy, we are beginning and ending this reading with the beginning cards of the Pentacle suit. Pentacles is about financial security and job opportunities, and we're ending it and beginning it both with the opportunities coming your way. So make sure you're really looking for those opportunities. Now, there is a warning card in here, and that is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is really about having negative thought circles, self-imposed restrictions. Those can come at you and am I good enough? I can't do that. I'll never be able to get out of this debt. I will never be qualified. Those are the way those self-imposed restrictions can come your way. So please make sure you are I'm sorry, I was just looking at this user. Welcome to everyone to Chris Today's Live. Please follow Chris, don't otherwise. Is that you, Dee? I don't know. My moderator, so we're kind of jacked up today because normally my moderator is here where I can see her, but I had to use my phone to go live, so she's just commenting. And you're not coming up as Dee. That's so strange because she's coming up as user da-da-da-da-da. And so she usually is, it usually comes up with her name. All right, Sissy, thank you for kicking us off today and allowing me to read you. I so appreciate it. Oh, new PC, okay, very good. I'm sorry, there's some chat going on. You're welcome, Miss Sissy. Let's see what we have. Who else is, hi, sweet soul. You can tell that's a follower of mine. She's using my own verbiage on me, and I love it. How's everyone doing today? Let's see. Oh, hello, Connie. Let's do Connie. Connie, let's give Connie a card read. Okay, Connie H, here we go. Right there, it said stop. Let's see what I have going on, Miss Connie. Oh, wow. Okay, Miss Connie, you got some things going on now, don't you, honey? Okay, the first card we have here, Connie. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Devin. That's tough. You agree you have some things going on. The reason I know that is because of all these cards that just popped up. The first card is the Tower card. The Tower card is about sudden change, being uprooted. It's like the rug being jerked out from under you. And then we have, the next card is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is really about looking at things through rose-colored glasses. So you were looking at something not as it was, but as you wanted to see it. And it really caused the rug to be jerked out from under you. When you started seeing that as for that situation or person for who it was, it really shocked you. But positivity is coming your way, sweet soul. Because the next card we have up is the Magician. The Magician is about action and creation and power and self-confidence. Those Tower card moments suck. I'm not going to lie. I do know those Tower card moments are just my least favorite in life. But they're also the ones when you take them to higher octave and make the choices that are to your highest and greatest good, that they really bring self-confidence and clarity to you. And this card, the Magician card, is telling me that you are actually doing that. Hello, Lola Zen. That you are making the choices that are taking this to a higher octave for you. You are bringing balance and harmony into your life. Yes, you had that Tower card moment. Looking forward to watching the LSU Tigers baseball team Saturday evening in Omaha. Are you going to be in Omaha? LSU mom, are you going to be in Omaha? Oh, I was waiting for her to see. All right. So, yes, I did see that you do. No, just on TV. Oh, I was going to say maybe we could meet up. I was going through my weekend. It's like, I could squeeze it in. So, yes, you did, Connie, have some, yep, go Tigers. You did have some Tower card moments coming your way, but you are doing the best. You're taking that energies to a higher octave. I really want to congratulate you. You're doing a great job with that. All right, this next card read is for Wander with Soul. That's a beautiful name. So this is for Wander with Soul. And I want to thank you for sharing my live. Yes, we're going to go to Spirit Led here in just a moment. Spirit Led on my phone is not my favorite because I have to really squint to see the comments, but I'm going to push through. My iPad, I don't know, it wasn't cooperating today, people. My iPad said, nope, not doing it today. It didn't want to work. All right, Wander with Soul, here we go. Very good. Lots of powerful energy coming your way. The first card we have is the Two of Cups. It's about mutual understanding. It's about partnerships. It's about trust. It's about connection and really coming together with someone else. This is a very positive, this union, this partnership, this mutual attraction that you have with someone is very positive. It's going to bring a lot of happiness into your life. It's something that's surrounded with joy and a lot of freedom. It helps you really step into a higher version of yourself. Also, you are going to be called, as you're in this new relationship, to think outside the box, to learn something new, to think about things in a way that you haven't thought about it before. And this new partnership that you're going into is really not going to follow society's rules. It's one of those that, it reminds me of my partner that we wrote this book with. I wrote the book with her. We wrote it together. But we are as different as night and day. And people that know us are like, what? How? But we just adore each other and we function very well together. And that's what this partnership is going to look like for you. It's going to bring you a lot of financial stability and security. So, Wander with Soul, are you going into a new relationship? Inquiring minds want to know. Are you in a new relationship, Wander with Soul? People are just curious here. We're just wanting to know. All right, let's do some Spirit Led. Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing the live. I so appreciate it. Well, you definitely have one coming your way, Wander with Soul. You have one coming your way. It is a relationship that you are, it's going to kind of be outside the box. It's not your normal thing that you would think about. We're going to roll into Spirit Led. Let's see who we have here. We have a gentleman stepping up. This gentleman, as he stepped up, I smelled, it's a combination of things like cigarettes and aftershave. Very unique smell to this gentleman. He has a dad energy to him. Haley, I want to move back home and start. I don't know. We will do, let me do it with a Spirit Led, and then we'll kick into some, hi Sarah, we'll kick into some psychic. Okay, we have dad energy. As he stepped up, I really felt this leather and smoke, cigarette smoke smell around him. He is showing me that he was tall. He's also letting me know he liked to watch sports on TV. He is specifically showing me baseball, and I know that someone was just talking about the College World Series going on, and I could feel the second they were talking about that, I felt his energy stepped up. So he really liked to watch sports on TV. He did like baseball. And he is showing me being more following college baseball and pro football. So he is showing me he was more apt to, he did like professional football, but he really professional baseball, but he really liked college baseball. So he followed college baseball. This guy himself had been an athlete. I was about to say he was an athlete, but he's showing me himself as an adult. He was he was an athlete when he was younger. He is showing me towards the end of his life, he had breathing problems. It doesn't feel like cancer. It feels more like emphysema, asthma. So he's showing me having a constriction on the chest. I don't feel like it's cancer. Okay, does this gentleman sound familiar to anyone? Let me do a little repeat. We have a dad energy. He's showing me that he was tall. He loved to watch sports on TV, but he followed more of a professional football and college baseball. He is also showing me he was an athlete. Oh, there we go. I think we're with Sissy here. Okay, that makes sense, because I said that he had this gentleman had problems breathing, but it didn't feel like cancer. It felt more like asthma or something like that. And Sissy said her dad here had COPD. I'm going to ask you to go live here, Sissy. Let's see what it looks like on my phone. Usually I'm on my iPad and it's bigger, so she's going to be tiny on my phone. Hi, Sissy, how are you?
Hey, Christy, I'm good. How are you?
Good. No, it's funny that, you were also popped on real quick. Did you get notified I was live, or were you already on TikTok?
I did. I
Okay.
had a
Okay, you must have
notification.
popped right on. Because I was gonna say, I also just gave you a card read, but you were one of the first ones on. So, yeah. Your dad is showing me that there's some kind of anniversary is coming up, like some kind of celebration is coming up in August. What's happening in August?
In August, my son's going to be 33.
Okay, very good. Your dad is talking about how proud he is of your son, that he at some point was really struggling just with his walk on this planet, and he's really turned himself around. Do you know that to be true?
I do. When he was in college, he struggled a lot with mental issues,
Yeah.
and he is now married with 2 kids and very happy.
Yeah, your dad
So
is so
he's
proud of that. So now for everyone watching, Sissy probably already knows this about me because she watches me read a lot.
religiously.
Yes, but I don't let spirit step up and say, hey, tell them I'm proud. They have to say why. For a spirit to step up and say, tell them I'm proud, that's just way too general. We need more information. So he gave very specific information, which Sissy did confirm. Now, Sissy, he is talking about, and you know, I want to get too much information here on live, but have you found yourself, do you feel like that you have like not self-imposed restriction, but when it comes to money, do you feel like you have a limiting belief on money?
Not really. I do help a lot of people within the family, especially, but boundaries are going to be set and that's going to stop.
Okay, very good. Um, because your dad is instantly looking at you, he instantly started talking about money. I think I remember your card read being about that. And he is showing me a new start with the way you look at your money. And, you know, Sissy, you are one of the, just talking to you, I've never met you, but just talking to you, I know that you are just one of the kindest, most generous people out there. And your dad is saying to not give that spirit up, but just make sure you're not depleting yourself and not being fed. I don't know if that makes sense. Looks like we're having some audio difficulty with Sissy here. So I'll just continue to read. Also, Sissy, your dad is talking about there is going to be a new baby coming into your family. It doesn't feel like it's directly related to you. It doesn't feel like it's like a grandbaby to you. It feels like it's a little bit removed, but he's acknowledging that baby. Do you know if someone, one of your nieces or nephews or someone a little bit removed from you, it has announced that they're pregnant?
No, because nobody in the family talks to me.
They don't know what they're missing.
Yeah,
I wish
they
I
don't
had
talk
family
to me.
like you. I wish I had family like you. So none of your siblings are talking to you right now?
Just one.
Interesting. Okay, so make sure, well, not make sure, but just know your dad is acknowledging you have a baby is coming into the family kind of extended. Now, your dad is also talking about you're married, correct?
I am.
Yeah, he's mentioning your husband. He's mentioning that y'all been together for a long time.
32 years.
Okay, very good. He is showing me it's time for you to start pouring some of that energy and that you would pour on other people into your marriage. And he's not saying by any means you're having problems in your marriage. You know, you've been married 32 years. You know what your marriage is about and how to handle it. But he is saying to turn some of that energy back into your family and start focusing on you and your husband having fun. That y'all both spend a lot of time pouring into other people. And it's time to start pouring into each other. Does that make sense to you?
It does. It does. Perfect sense.
All right. Thank you, Sissy, for kicking us off and let me read your dad. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Christy. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So that was fun. Aw, thank you, Kaylee. I appreciate you. All right. Very good. We have, it feels like a grandfather energy. This grandfather energy is letting me know he was from the South, far enough south where he has a Southern accent. This gentleman is showing me he wore overalls. I had to sit with that for a moment because he had presented in overalls. I was like, is he really wearing overalls? Nope, he is really wearing overalls. And he is showing me that he also had, I was about to call him a farmer. So when you think of a farmer, you think of one that, you know, plants thousands of acres. It was more he liked to farm. He had his own farm. He lived out in the country. It feels like it was a small town. Aww. Yes, thank you everyone for being here with me today. Thank you. And thank you for all the gifts. I so appreciate you. Okay, Grandpa is from the South, far enough south that he had an accent. He wore overalls. He worked with his hands. He is showing me leaving for work really early in the morning. He had one of those old thermoses. I can't remember the name, the brand name. I think it was a Stanley. Like Stanley's come a long way, but you know, the ones that were, I don't know if they were glass, but they had the screw cup on top. He is showing me he had a thermos like that. This Stanley, yeah, Stanley's come a long way, right? Because as I was asking him, so what is that brand? I heard Stanley. I was like, yes. This gentleman is showing me that he is buried, not cremated, and he is buried in a family cemetery. He is also showing me, though, he grew up very poor. And as he got older, he was able to have a nice house. I'm not saying he was ever rich, but it was solid. He just loved his house. He was so proud of what he had built. And in this small town that he grew up in, there was a lot of family. I'm seeing a lot of cousins and a lot of extended family around him. Okay, very good. I'm going to repeat this information. If this gentleman sounds like yours, please put a yes in the comments. We have a grandfather energy who was from the South, far enough south that he had an accent. I'm being pulled kind of more to the deep south. He wore overalls. He is showing me that he had, he liked to farm, and I was about to, when people think my mom is more overalls all the time, small town, good construction. Yeah, sounds like you, Miss Jen. Jen, did he have an accent? Because he's showing me, I mean, that was very clear when he stepped up, definitely has this accent about him. All right, Miss Jen, asking to go live.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So now your grandfather, did he have an accent?
I wouldn't say necessarily an accent.
He's definitely, I'm hearing an accent from him. But you confirmed everything else. He wore overalls. He was from prairie of small town. He did construction. He would leave really early in the morning. Also, do you remember him having a garden? But it was a pretty big garden.
Yep, my grandparents had a really big garden.
Yeah, it wasn't like one of these rinky-dink things that, you know.
Nope, it's real big.
Yeah. Because he corrected me. I was like, oh, he was a farmer. And then he showed me, well, maybe not a complete thousands of acres farmer, but he definitely had a really big garden.
Yes.
Very good. What you got for me, Grandpa? Okay, Jen, this surprises me. He is telling me that from what you've been through over the last year, and I don't know if you have mouthed these words out loud or if it's just been a thought in your head, and Jen at this point is saying, oh Lord, where is she going with this? That you kind of feel like you failed. But because of what's been going on in your life, did you feel like you failed?
Yeah, I guess at some point, like the journey we had, I feel like it wasn't easy, so I feel like kind of failing with that.
No, your grandfather instantly stepped up. With how I knew that is because he said, tell her I'm so proud of her. And he smiled at me because he knows I just had this conversation. He said, I'm so proud of how she handled that. She did not fail. And for him to say that made me, I knew that, you at some point thought that you had failed.
Yeah.
He is saying that, and I know you know this in your head, but sometimes it's just nice to hear it again. There were so many times during this journey over the last 18 months that you could have really been vindictive and vengeful. Every single decision you made led with your heart.
Yeah.
It might not have been a decision later that you were like, oh, should I have done that? Should I have done this? But the energy behind your choices was never vengeful and it was never mean. It was always based in love.
Yeah.
And your grandfather is saying that you can never go wrong with that. He's also telling me, oh yeah, we talked. Okay, so the other day when because Jen's in the Divine Collective, and we were doing some readings in the Divine Collective, someone came up and was talking about your job, right?
That was Sarah's job.
That was Sarah's job.
Yep.
That must be why I was like, what is he saying here? It feels removed. He's showing me tapping her on the shoulder. Don't forget to tap her on her shoulder and remind her of the reading, Jen. I was like, this doesn't feel right. What's wrong with this energy? Okay, that was it, because it wasn't your reading. It was your sister's reading. Gotcha. You know what, Sarah? Jen, he's also talking about that this is so beautiful what he is saying, that you maneuver in a way that you walk your talk and you are such a leader for the people around you. And I don't think you see yourself that way.
No, not really.
Yeah, have you noticed that though, that people will ask you your opinion or people kind of just fall in line with you?
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah,
true.
I
Mm-hmm.
know, poor Jen. She doesn't want to admit it. You're so humble and sweet. You're like, yeah, but it's true, and I can't say no because it will be lying. I could feel that internal struggle. But
Yeah.
just the way you maneuver on this planet, you're such a way shower and such a beautiful energy to those around you.
Hmm.
He's showing, oh, yeah, yeah. You went to a new doctor, that's correct.
Yes. So actually tomorrow we did our egg retrieval Saturday and we do our transfer tomorrow.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I was like, what is he showing me? He's showing me a baby.
Hmm.
Okay, so for everyone watching, we're just take a minute and we're just gonna envision Jen with this beautiful baby, and he's already showing me a sex, but I'm not gonna say what he's showing me. I just want everyone to envision, send Jen some beautiful love and positive thoughts. Can you feel that energy around you shifting, Jen?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have this many people sending good energy, oh yeah, I can imagine this shift around you. I want to send you so much love and blessings for tomorrow. I know that you are, I can imagine how crazy nervous you are, but I feel really good about it.
Yeah.
And the last time I felt good about it, good things happened, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm gonna pull a card. I'm gonna try to get my ego out of it. So cards are just a divination tool of, it helps you get your ego out of it because I know Jen. Well, I don't know her, but I know her. Like, she's in my divine collective. I see her on my lives. So I want great things for her. Let's see what the cards say about this. It said stop. It wouldn't even let me go anymore. Let's see what the cards say about this. Okay, very good. Okay, so the first card, honestly, Jen, I saw this first card. I was like, no, no, I don't want to do this reading then. Can I back out? But then the second card, I was like, oh, I see where it's going. It says painful endings, deep wounds. This is your past. This is where you're coming from.
Yep.
Because the next one is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is really about a new project, new beginning, inspiration, and the urge to create. The next one is about saving money and security and being very conservative.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense because I'm sure this is costing you an arm and a leg.
Yep.
And then the last card we are ending with is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is really about new ideas and being curious about a path. To me, this is very positive because new ideas, like a baby, I mean, all the new ideas that will be coming your way, being curious and having a thirst for knowledge. There are so many things I can see once you become a mom or once you find out you're going to be a mom that you're going to be so curious about. This is very positive. We have this one card that scared me for a moment, and then it was talking about where you are coming from, and then the rest of it are about new beginnings, following suit. Like it's a new project. Yeah, maybe it's a new project. Scarce, and saving money, security, making sure you're being frugal. New babies, they make you be frugal like crazy. Actually, they make you be frugal for the rest of your life because kids are expensive. And then the last card is the Page of Swords, which is about new ideas and thirst for knowledge. So very positive card reading. I can't wait. Let us know how it goes.
I definitely will.
Thank you. Have a good day.
So,
Bye.
bye.
All right. I want to thank everyone for sending that sweet energy to Jen. I know, right, Sarah? So Sarah and Jen are sisters. And it was Sarah's reading I was talking about. But that was a few days ago. I can't remember. I can't remember from one reading to the next, much less one that happened a few days ago. All right. Aw, y'all so sweet. Y'all are so sweet. Sending her some love and prayers. Hi, Chelsea. Hello, hello. Hi, Haley. Hope everyone is doing well. We're going to get another, let's see who we have coming up next. Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. So this next spirit stepping up is a female. She is letting me know that she passed from not of, how do I put this? I'm trying to think of words I can use on TikTok. So sorry, people. It's taking me a moment. She did not pass of natural causes, and it was not of her own hand. Someone else is responsible for her passing. I feel like the person that is responsible for her passing was also close to her. She knew them. She had been she was either still in a relationship with them or had just gotten out of relationship with them. I feel like she was trying to leave them. So either she was right on the cusp of leaving them or had just left them. And for everyone out there who is in this situation, I have done podcasts and things on the awareness of domestic violence. And please don't ever judge anyone who is staying in a situation like this, because when people leave, that's when they're the most vulnerable, because that's when the other person really gets more violent. Okay, so I have a young lady here. I'm feeling she was in her 20s to early 30s. She is showing me that she was either she just left this person or was about to leave them. She is showing me that she had been in and out of a relationship with this person for years. She's also showing me that I'm not feeling complete justice was done to her. It feels like he was convicted, he was held accountable for his actions, but it wasn't to the extent, who am I to judge? This is why Jesus doesn't give me that book. I'm telling you, people, if Jesus had me at the book of, at Heaven's Gate with his book, I'd be like, Jesus, did you see what this person did? I don't think they should be here. That's why Jesus doesn't give any of us that book, right? Here I am saying, I don't think he was held accountable as he should have been. Who am I to judge? Anyway, that was just my feeling, not her. That's not what she said. She is showing me that she left a child behind that she was very close to. So either she left a child behind or it was a niece or a nephew that she was very close to. She is letting me know that the neighbors heard it happening. Like I'm hearing the neighbors, but the neighbors kind of blew it off because they heard so much fighting in this people's house that they would frequently ignore it because they would call the police would show up, and she would go right back. So it was a little while before she was found. I'm hearing a T name around the situation, like Terry or Tiffany. Now this person, if this person fits you, please put a yes in the comments. If you know who they are, if you think they are your spirit, please put a yes in the comments. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate you. Okay, I'm going to recap one more time. If this is your spirit, please put a yes in the comments. We have a young female here. She's in her late 20s to early 30s. She is showing me that she had been in a very violent relationship and was in and out of this relationship for many years. It had gotten to the point where she was she just left the relationship or was about to leave the relationship, and they got into one final altercation which took her life. I'm also getting the feeling that this is my feeling, that justice wasn't completely done for her. I feel like the guy, I'm seeing him getting a slap on the wrist, like, She is also showing me that she left a child behind, a child that she was very close to, and it was a little girl. I'm hearing a T name around her, like Terry or Tiffany. Now, when I say it's around them, it doesn't necessarily mean it's their name. It's someone who they were close to. All right. Does this person sound familiar to anyone? While we are trying to find this spirit's owner, or not owner, kind of owner. Let's give Tiffany a card read. She asked, can I have a card read, please? Of course, Tiffany. Let's give you a card read. All right, Miss Tiffany. All right, so we're going to do a card read, and then we'll come back to the spirit and see if we can find it's who they belong to. Let's go, Tiffany. Let's see here. Put Tiffany's energy in the cards. Wait until they say stop. Did y'all see that? All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, very good. All right. This is a sweet card read. It's very sweet, Tiffany. A very sweet reading. The first card is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is about happy memories, old friends, reminiscing. Followed right after that with the Emperor, which is respect and leadership stability. So there is going to be there's going to be someone coming up from your past who you used to know, and they're going to resurface. And this is someone who you always respected. They were in a leadership capacity around you, and you always respected them, and you're going to rekindle a partnership, a friendship with them. And together, y'all are going to start on a new direction. There's going to be some hard choices to be made with this person coming from the past. I know that because we have the Chariot card, and though it is about someone standing very confidently and heading forward, it's also about making hard choices because we have white here and black here. So it's about, you know, the lighter energy and this heavy energy. So there's going to be some choices to be made within this walk. You are going to make the right choices, and it's going to end very positively. Now, when I was leaning into this Chariot card, I was really showing, as you're weighing these options, Tiffany, make sure you're taking them to the higher octave. Make sure you are holding to your boundaries. And I feel like you're holding the boundaries, and it feels like you're going to lose what you really want, but don't cave. A lot of times when we are holding boundaries firm and people are like pushing against them, trying to manipulate us, trying to get us to change our mind, it feels like we're going to lose what we really want, but you're not. It's going to end. If you hold firm to your boundaries and what you know to be true to yourself, it's going to end very positively, because we have the Ten of Cups here, which is really about harmony and just beautiful abundance, beautiful, blissful relationships. But that outcome is only going to happen, honey, if you make sure you're holding to your boundaries and standing in your own truth. That's hard to do when it feels like you're about to lose everything. Okay, so now let's see if we are, what are y'all wanting? Usually everyone is all about their spirits. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, okay. Michaela, are you saying she was in her late 20s? Are you claiming the spirit, Michaela? Or are you just reiterating what I said earlier? Okay, so she is. I wasn't sure if you were reiterating what I had said earlier, because those were the exact words I said. So I wasn't sure if you were reiterating it or if you were claiming it. So here we go. Here we go, Miss Michaela. I'm about to ask you to go live. Hi, Michaela.
Hello.
So, who was this person to you?
One of my mom's best friends that they grew up, her name was Tiffany. She was in about her late 20s, early 30s. I want to say about 28, 29, because my mom was about 29.
Very good. You just confirmed all the information I said, including the name.
Yes, her name was Tiffany.
And it was domestic violence that took her?
Yeah, I do. I was fairly young. I was about 13, but I do remember her coming over. She was always crying. You know, she had a drug problem. Her and her boyfriend always fought. It was wild.
Yeah. Someone's telling here, I'm so glad she was claimed. Yeah, so, okay. So I was about to get ahead in a different direction, and the spirit was leading me to that you just said everything that I just said about the spirit, including the name, right? I gave the name, the age, how she passed, and all that. But it took a moment for her to be claimed.
I think I was hesitant because I was so young. I didn't know exactly how she died. I knew it was pretty horrific. It was very sad. That's what I do remember is my mom and my aunt. Very, very sad just because we knew she was going through a really, really rough time in her life.
She is stepping up and she wants to, if your mom believes in mediumship, don't pass along the message unless she does, but she wants,
She loves you.
aw, thank you. She wants to tell your mom thank you for being such a solid friend to her. Your mom I would say she feels guilty, but she always looks at that situation and wishes she could have done more. And you can't save someone who doesn't really want to be saved.
Oh no, 100%. And that's kind of, I think, where she was at.
Yes, but still your mom has that, well, if I had done this, no, that wouldn't have worked. So your mom has those moments of it, but she then talks herself out of it. And she wants to thank your mom for being such a good friend to her. A lot of her friends had written her off and wouldn't really talk to her anymore. Your mom was one of the few people who really still supported her while she was making the decisions that weren't the best for her.
Oh, for sure. She was pregnant and still using, and we still just tried to accept her, I think, as much as we could and help her try to get sober.
Oh, okay. So now, as you're saying that, I got chills. That tells me that there is someone watching this live that is having a dilemma. They are, maybe the person that they know is not using, but there's something about the situation that resonates with them. They can't decide to cut a friendship off or not.
Oh, no. Just be there for everyone. You know, even through the hard times, it really helps in the end, sometimes even if they can't get sober.
It does. I will say hold that boundary in love. So yes, don't enable, but hold space.
For sure.
And so that's the difference that we're talking about here. Don't enable them, but definitely hold that space and love. Now, Michaela, do you have children?
Yes, I have 3.
Okay, so she's showing me 2 and 1.
Yes, I have, my first daughter has a different father than my youngest 2.
Okay, very good. She is talking about, she showed me this 2 and 1, then she started swirling them around, and they just made this perfect mix. How well do you do that? Now you're married, and
Yes.
you're either married or you're with a partner and it functions like a marriage.
Yes, I am married.
Okay, very good. And she is saying how good he is. Like he is so good. You really can't, when you see him together with all those kids, you can't differentiate that oldest one is not really his.
Oh, no, he was there actually through my whole pregnancy and everything. So basically, yes, he's the dad, just not blood.
Okay, very good. So that must be why you can't differentiate
Yes.
that. And she is saying how beautiful that is and what a good guy he is. Now she's also saying, have you been thinking about going back to work or working more? Something about your work and doing more of it.
Yes, I have been going back and forth whether I need to go back to work. I'm currently a stay-at-home mom. I wish I could do both, stay home and work, but you know how that goes.
I absolutely do. Okay, so I'm not sure what she means, but I want to show, she showed me 2 things, and she was saying, like, here's some choices. So first of all, she was showing me you watching someone else's child, but that doesn't resonate with me. And then she showed me, so I don't, this might resonate with you, is I have recently like been on the search for a like, what do they call it? Like an assistant online.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not someone.
Yes.
And she is maybe showing you doing something like that.
That's really crazy. I've been looking at maybe doing something online that lets me stay home, but also I can bring some income in as well.
Okay. So what is your background in?
I've honestly done so many things. I am actually very tech savvy, surprisingly. Like with computers, I can do a lot of like digital, just things like that. I kind of like it. I know that sounds a little nerdy, but
Okay, so she's throwing this on me real quick. So I'm gonna tell you this, and then we can sit with it. I had just put out into the universe that I need some kind of assistant to work a few hours for me each week because I'm just getting completely overwhelmed.
overwhelmed, yeah.
So message me, maybe we can set something up. I'm not
Okay.
sure if it would be a good fit. And I'm honestly, to be quite honest with you, not sure how someone could help me at this point because I'm so used to doing it all myself.
Of course.
I'm not quite sure how I could farm some of that out. But so message me privately and we can set up a time and maybe talk.
Okay. Do you want me to email you or just message you?
Email me
Okay, that sounds good.
and make sure you put in the subject line something about
Okay.
money and what we talked about this or something.
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you,
Thank
Michaela.
you so much.
All right, that was interesting, right? Oh yes, virtual assistants. That's what I was thinking. Love that look in the virtual assistants. So not my problem with virtual assistants, but you want the right one. I'm very particular about how my emails and things are communicated. They have to be with this huge love vibration. And also, I'm not even sure how I could farm some of that out. So anyway, I'll meet with Michaela, see what she's got. I know, right? She is very much giving me, because I've been like ripping my hair out lately. As y'all can tell, because I haven't hardly been live, right? When you don't see me live, that means I am crazy, crazy busy. Okay. Let's do some psychic. I know I was about to go up and do a card read, but then I saw someone was looking at some psychic. I did tell someone earlier I would do psychic. So let's do some psychic reads. All right, Michaela, thank you, thank you. So I will tell you, Michaela, that if I don't answer you tomorrow, like if I don't get back to you tomorrow, please don't think I'm ignoring you. Tomorrow is a day that I will be lucky if I have time to go to the bathroom. Right? Y'all know those days. Okay. We are going to do, if y'all want to help me, this is how we're going to do a little bit of reading of energy. You're either going to get clear knowing, you can feel it in your stomach. So before you start feeling into these answers, I want you to just feel your body. Feel how your body is right now. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Chelsea is wanting to know, am I making the right decisions for my kids, putting them back in classical school? Now, some of the ways you can get this answer, you will feel like, or really happy about it. You know, yes, no. You might just clear cognizantly, just no. You might get a thought about it. You might have a prior memory that tells you the answer. So what do y'all think? Should Chelsea, or is Chelsea making the right decision putting her kids back in classical school? Most people are saying yes. Brittany is saying, and I was also leaning more towards yes. Brittany was saying that she's not really feeling yes or no. And when I felt yes, it wasn't like yes. So either decision would be fine in this situation. That's the reason she's not feeling either a yes or a no. But when I look at it as, I'm feeling like it would be better for you. Like something about you need this time right now. You need this time to regroup and recuperate. So I think the yes, you're making the right decision is your kids would be fine either way. But I feel like the yes is more about you, if that makes sense. Okay. Baby Love wants to know, are things going to get better with my mental health? What are y'all feeling? Baby Love wants to know, you're welcome, honey, if things are going to get better with her mental health. What are y'all feeling? Ah, very good. Yes. Everyone is saying the same thing that I was feeling. Yes, in time. Yes, in time. And then what I was about to say is Brittany said it, rode the boat, and so did, I think that is Dee. She's on her a new laptop, so her name's not coming up. She said with help. Baby Love, I'm absolutely feeling that. You definitely need to row the boat. You definitely need to sit with it. I'm feeling like you need someone to help you along that path, so please see someone. Or you could read. I mean, you can, so yes, but you do need, I'm feeling like you need a little help along this path. You need someone to hold you accountable and to give you some tools for success. Ooh, let's see about this one. LSU mom wants to know, is my daughter dating her future husband? So is LSU's mom wants to know, is her daughter dating her future husband? What are y'all feeling? Sissy said absolutely. Oh, Madison said she gotta know. Okay, so this is really mixed. No, but long-term relationship, I gotta know. Laura said yes. Okay, so now what? Okay, you're not gonna like this. I was gonna leave this out of it, LSU mom. Just know I was not gonna tell you this part, but because I want to explain the yes and no's on here. I do feel like she is dating her future husband, but is this future husband going to be her only husband? Right? I think that's where some people are getting that no, but a long-term relationship. So they're looking out. Yeah. I think she is her future husband, but I'm not sure the relationship will last. Can that energy be changed? Absolutely. All right. Custom minis and more. Are things going to get better for my daughter mentally? Are things going to get better for my daughter mentally? What are y'all getting? Custom minis. You're welcome, LSU. Okay, so we're having a lot of people saying in time won't be an easy road. Yes, stop sending her worry is what I hear. Okay, we're not going to do that. Stop sending her worry. I hope that was a mistype. Slowly, yes, she has to want it. Okay, so this is what we're doing is that, yeah, you know, people, I could feel what people were saying. They were just trying to be so kind. I so appreciate everyone on here. Y'all are so sweet and kind with your wording of this. Your daughter's not quite there yet. She's not quite there where she really is ready to dig deep and make that change. I know I do in my mentorship program. I work with a lot of people, releasing triggers, doing shadow work, becoming higher versions of themselves. It is freaking hard work. And that's what I was feeling, that your daughter just isn't there yet. And I'm so sorry, because I know that we can see the best in people. We see what our kids are capable of, and we want to do the work for them. And so eventually, yes, but I don't feel like it's going to be in the time frame that you really want it to. And you can see that people here were saying the same thing. She has to want it slowly, yes, because she's not quite there. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so Marlene, what do you mean? I don't know if you answer these types of questions. I must have missed one of them. Okay, let's answer Hoku Holistics. Is it best to not invite 2 certain people to our wedding celebration? You can tell she's trying to, she wants to answer, but she didn't want to give too much information. I don't blame her. Is it best to not invite 2 certain people to our wedding celebration? I know everyone's saying the same thing. Leave them out. Absolutely, honey. I was, okay, so yes, I agree with you. Macro Mystic is that she said, what I mean is the vibration we put out is important to see her getting better every day. And so I absolutely agree. It's probably because I'm picky about how I word things, and I know that I'm not always right, but when I don't say stop doing this, I say do this. So whenever you're mentoring with me or you are coming to me for advice, I always turn it to the positive. I would never say, stop sending those negative thoughts her way, which is not what my macro mystic did not say that. I'm using this for example. She did not say that. She did not. I'm just using this for an example. I would never say something like, stop sending negative thoughts her way. I would more of train people in what to do. I would say, why don't we try doing da, 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 da. Why don't you try, tomorrow, how about every time we have a negative thought pop up or we have worry pop up, instead use that as a doorway. If you have this negative thought or you have this worry pop up, use that for a doorway to remind yourself to send love. And then whatever situation that you're worrying about, just envision it and cover it with love. So it's just a difference in communication. It's neither right or wrong. Neither right nor wrong. Okay, surgery. Okay, Sarah says surgery for dog Stella Monday. Will it go well and as planned? Okay, so for Stella, dog Stella, will the surgery go well and as planned? I'm sorry, I was reading another one. Yeah, everyone's saying yes, yes, yes. I feel that also. Okay, this is funny. Marlene wants to know, am I having a boy or is it wishful thinking? Okay, so is Marlene having a boy? And no matter what we say here, Marlene, please do not decorate any nurseries on what we say. All right? Is Marlene having a boy? I was feeling the same thing. I was feeling a girl. Okay, there is one yes. Callie is saying yes. But most people are saying no, they're feeling a girl. I was also feeling a girl. Again, though, don't decorate any nurseries on our account. Okay, I'm still going to answer more questions. I want to remind people that there are so many people. I can just feel everyone on here is so hungry for like readings and questions. I have a group. It is a subscription group. But you get more FaceTime with me. It's called the Divine Collective. You go to my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, and then there is the Divine Collective. And we meet 3 times a month, at least. There's a group reading, cards. I think cards are next week. And then there is a teaching every month where we do a workshop based on spiritual components. I think this month's is how to find joy, how to make sure you're living in that joy vibration. So check it out, Divine Collective. It's on my website. It is a great way to be in a community of like-minded people and also to get like more FaceTime because we're right there, so you can ask these questions. Oh, thank you, Jen. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, Wander with Soul. Oh, they were popping up there. Wander with Soul. It's a family I was born into, my soul family. If not, when will I meet some? Okay, we're not going to give her a time frame because it's a lot of information. We're just on this little live. But we'll say, is she going to ever meet some of her soul family? Is the family she was born into, so we have a 2, is the family she was born into her soul family? And is she going to meet her soul family, some of her soul family? Yeah, I'm feeling the same thing. B said no and yes. Jen said no and yes. Madison said no and yes. No, we'll meet some. The user 263 is saying no and not in this lifetime. I'm feeling that you will meet a couple of people. But D, I know D. We need to figure that out. My sweet D, she needs a name on here, right? I know. Oh, I know. Wonder with Soul, right? You could feel that. When you asked that question, I was like, she already knows this. She is just, oh, Paige. Let's answer that question. Okay, this is for Paige. Will the man who killed my twin get jail time? Will the man who killed my twin get jail time? What are we getting here? Okay, so we got yes, yes, and then we got not right away and no. Okay, so here's the thing. So this is how you can get information from spirit, right? He is slimy and will not get what you are hoping for, right? Okay, so this is how spirit will give you information. So remember earlier I was joking, but I was saying how I didn't feel like the person who had stepped up, who had, someone had taken their life, that the person that had done it, I didn't feel like they were held accountable to the degree they should have been. And I was like, okay, this is why Jesus doesn't give me that book, because I've been like, yeah, no, Jesus, I can't come in here. Okay, so spirit just brought that to my awareness. When spirit brings things to your awareness, it means something. Pay attention. So what they're saying, why that was brought to my awareness, is because yes, they're going to be brought to some kind of justice, but it's not nearly going to be what people are hoping for. I was leaving out what I think they should get because, again, who am I to judge? But good grief. Okay. Boy mom of 3 says, are things going to get better in my relationship? Boy mom of 3, are things going to get better in my relationship? Boy mom of 3 wants to know. Jen says yes. In time. And that's exactly what I was feeling. Okay. So now, if it's worked on, yes. Yes. That's exactly what I was getting. Okay, so what spirit? I got this 2 different ways. I was feeling yes, but then spirit dropped in clairvoyantly a picture of someone rowing a boat, right? That is my sign for this is going to get better only if you work on it. Now, I say this a lot when I'm mentoring people, training people, no matter what I'm doing with people, follow the energy. I get nosy. Okay, so she's rowing the boat. Well, what's going to make her row the boat? I feel like there's something that you've been thinking about doing. You're kind of at your wit's end with this relationship, but there's great love there. It can be salvaged. And so you're like, okay. And there's some things you've been thinking about doing to make the relationship better. You should do them. All right. All right. I am going to head out for the day. I have some work. My day's not done. I still need to do some work. If anyone's interested in having more personalized time, yes, you can make a one-on-one appointment. Also, you can join the Divine Collective. The Divine Collective meets 3 times a month. It is a much smaller group. So you go to Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, click on Divine Collective. It is a subscription group, but we meet 3 times a month. There's readings, we play with cards, there's workshops, and it's just you have opportunities to be with like-minded people. All right, I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Thank you. Y'all have a nice evening.